and you're like, "Yeah, we're gonna put data centers on the moon." And I remember thinking to myself, "This man is either, like, genius or crazy."
There's a fine line, right? There's a definite fine line in there somewhere.
And then, you kinda went through all the rationale, and the more I got to know you and obviously got to know your team and what you guys were executing on, and then having gone to the launch 2 years later where you were putting a data center on the
Mhm.
moon, just what an amazing journey. But what was it? Like, what's that moment that you were like, "This just this just makes sense. Well, like, there needs to be data centers on the moon."
Right? I was talking to customers, and a bunch of customers came to us and said, "Help. We need help. We're in pain. We can't find anywhere down here on Earth to store our data safely." And I was like, "Well, that can't be right." And they, "No, no, no, no. All this data sovereignty laws, you have to keep the data in the country where it's made because it's so valuable. And then with the hacking of the cable fibers and storms and all of these different things, right? There was nowhere in the world that was the best place to do it." And so I'm like, "So why are you talking to me?" And they said, "You're something to do with space, right?" And I'm like, "Yes." And they said, "Find us a solution." I'm like, "Absolutely." So we started looking, and we started looking at all these different options underwater, but it's cable fiber, it's flagging issues and maritime law. It's not really safe. We've been tapping cable fiber all the way through things on land, but the wrong country, and power issues and infrastructure issues. I'm like, wow. So we were looking at all of this. Look, and because you mentioned your dad's church, this is something that is worth talking about. I've always been in faith my whole life. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my faith, literally. And I had a health issue, and I was going under the knife. And I remember I said to the surgeons, I said, "Stop." And they all looked at me funny. And I'm like, "Number one, thank you. No matter what happens, I know I'm being recorded, but no matter what happens, thank you. I've had a great life, and I'm in your hands." And then I did a Hail Mary and Our Father. And I said to our Lord, "If you want me to do this moon thing, wake me up." And the moment I woke up, I was like, "Yes, Lord." And I was like, "Okay, boom, game on, let's go." And so I changed. Yeah, I got a CEO at my other company that I'd founded, and this is going great. And I should have done that a long time ago. And just started with Lonestar. And
Wow.
since then, but it was the vision, always the key vision to do this for the right reasons. And helping customers, helping solve a problem. And you're right, everyone I talked to was like, "You're completely mad." Like data centers in space, number one, but data centers on the moon. And as Nicole, my wife, it's amazing. As she said, right, the moon is such a perfect place to do this. If it
Mhm.
wasn't there, we'd have to build it,
Wow.
right?
Yeah.
And then, as we said, after we've been doing all of this, and we're doing more in orbit now as well. Our next ones go up in October, fully commercially operational in October,
Wow.
right? But as we've done it, we went from being, "How crazy are you?"
Yeah.
to "What are you doing?" to "Wait a minute, you've done this 4 times now, 2 to the moon and 2 to the space station, and it worked, and we've got customers." And I'm like, "Yeah, what else?" And
Yeah.
then with the next one's going up, and then all of a sudden it's like, "Oh, wait a minute, every single major billionaire on the planet just seemed to wake up to this whole thing."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Well, yeah, it's just logic,
Yeah.
market logic, right?" But we can talk about that. I'm off on rabbit holes already, so go for it.
No, no, I mean, that was what made me think of it, 'cause I've never been, you hear about these stories of, like, someone having this crazy idea, uh, you know, whatever it is, electric car company, it's, like, so absurd at the time, and then you fast forward and it seems obvious right now. And I feel like but I've never been really close to someone that's going through that process except
Well,
for
except for
watching
you.
most.
You've done loads of cool things too, mate. Don't downsell yourself, Gary. I'm like,
Well,
you've
yeah,
done a lot of
you're
really
you're
cool
right,
things like
you're
that.
right. Beyond my own personal journey, but, then it's like, "Okay, I'm the crazy one."
We're all crazy, right?
uh